Hello there everyone and welcome to TVS Nightline, here with me, Shamina. As always, thank you for joining me tonight. Now let's get to the headlines. Now, good news, as the Sarawak government will stay committed in developing rural infrastructure in Baleh. According to Deputy Chief Minister Tan Sri James Jemut Masing, this initiative includes the road from Nanga Mujong to Sungai Tuno.
Dia tu jalan kita balik ke Bujung, nak ada jalan. Kesuat sudah bisa, Kulu Baleh sudah bisa, Kulu Gat sudah bisa, nak balik ke Bujung sudah bisa. Hai Bujung.
Masing also added that the Baleh Member of Parliament, James Jemut Masing, the 77-kilometre road will include Nanga Mujong area at Rumah Bangkong, Banyau River, Paku, Majau, Melinau and Tunoo River bridges. Commenting further, he said the infrastructure development project has been approved under the 12th Malaysia Plan. He said so during the Majlis Pemimpin Bersama Rakyat hosted by Baleh Member of Parliament at Rumah Bangkong at Sebelak Mujong River.
Meanwhile, Assistant Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development, Dato' Julaihi Narawi, the groundbreaking ceremony for the Batang Lupa Bridge is expected to be held on February 18.
The ceremony will be officiated by Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg. Further details on the project, including the length of the bridge, completion date and construction costs, would be announced by the Chief Minister himself at a later date.
Towards a smarter and safer Kuching city. Now, the Ministry of Local Government and Housing, in collaboration with Sarawak Multimedia Board, or commonly known as SMA, has installed more than 800 closed-circuit television or CCTV cameras in 200 locations around Kuching and Samarahan.
SMA is working with the four Ministry of Local Government in Kuching. There are 4 councils involved, in which we will have more than 800 cameras and at 200 sites. Yeah, and this today here is one of the sites.
In line with the digital economy agenda developed by the Chief Minister of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg, this step is one of the efforts to plan economic growth through the smart city concept.
And one of the reasons why we're doing that is because CM Abang Jo was talking about digital economic, digital and so on, smart city, and local government needs to work together with the South government so that we can have integrated smart city.
The CCTV cameras were installed in areas under the South Kuching City Council or MBKS, North Kuching City Council DBKU, Padawan Municipal Council and Samarahan City Municipal Council. He added this technology will help to create a safer environment for the community in the prevention of crime and vandalism, traffic control, flood warning and improving the security of properties in the area. All the information received through the Smart City CCTV will be distributed to the Sarawak Integrated Operating Centre or SIOC before distributing to the authorities involved.
Just now you see the Sarawak Integrated Operation Centre. That means that all this information will go to one place, and from there it go to different agencies, be it the local government, be it the police, be it so on.
Meanwhile, the public at large gladly welcomed this approach.
So, aku setuju sebabnya satu untuk info untuk jam dah sesak, kedua untuk jenayah. Ayah je lah.
Yang baguslah sebabnya macam dia dapat membantu macam jenayah-jenayah ke yang kes bagus ke apa, bukannya ada CCTV jadinya dia dapat pandu dia lah.
Meanwhile, the Public Works Department, or PWD Sarawak, will station 2 officers at every ferry jetty in the state. The matter is to ensure that ferries operating will comply to every standard operating procedure, or SOP, set by the government. Meanwhile, TVS has the update from Saribas Ferry Jetty on the SOP compliance of the accommodation.
dan kita berharap penguatkuasaan ini juga dilaksanakan di pangkalan feri yang lain, terutamanya di pangkalan feri Tanjung Lilin Pusat yang saya rasa perlu juga dipertingkatkan, dikuasakan.
Meanwhile, full support from Sebuya villagers were received upon enforcement of the matter.
Baguslah sebab JKR tu tahu lagi bah macam ni cara macam ni keselamatannya. Alhamdulillah sokonglah JKR. Ada orang lah untuk sidak memantau lagi keadaan macamnya.
Macam ni. Tentang JKR, 2 orang yang ditetapkan itu, pendapat kami nang sangat baguslah setidaknya ada di sia untuk mengawalkan keselamatan semua penumpang nak naik feri itu dan penumpang-penumpang yang ada di dalam kereta di arah keluar. Sangat setujulah, nang bagus gila-gila. Dipolah setidaknya macam ya. Jangan tragedi berulang kedua kali bah. Takut tragedi berulang kedua kali kelak. Susah juga. Banyak.
Welcome back to the Nightline. Now, Ministry of Welfare, Community Wellbeing, Women, Family and Childhood Development Sarawak, KWKPK, Dato' Sri Fatimah Abdullah wants people with disabilities to thrive. Thus, those with hearing disabilities can be given exposure and opportunities in the field of broadcasting.
She added the state government suggested people with hearing disabilities to be given training from International College Advanced Technology Sarawak or ICATS.
Jadi saranan daripada Yang Amat Berhormat Ketua Menteri adalah supaya mereka mengikuti program tersebut di ICATS. Ini adalah, saya rasa ini adalah cadangan yang baik sebab melalui latihan yang disediakan di ICATS, iaitu latihan kemahiran dalam broadcasting, mereka akan dapat pensijilan, ya, sama ada di peringkat sijil ataupun peringkat yang lebih tinggi.
She said during the courtesy visit of Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg at Wisma Bapa Malaysia on Friday. Meanwhile, Chairwoman of the Sarawak Society for the Deaf, Wendrin Koo, when asked regarding the talent, wants to shoot a film in the near future.
Just now we did propose certain projects which also involve broadcasting in the future, because we planning to have movie, okay, because our deaf, they are talented. Some of them they can act, they are involved in drama and performing art as well.
Malaysian Armed Force or ATM will strengthen and tighten the country's border. This was revealed by the commander of the Army Eastern Field Command, Lieutenant General Datuk Marzuki Mohamad.
According to him, the border facilities is not enough to provide proper surveillance. He stresses that the border surveillance is the most important task in the field of national defence and security.
Kebanyakan aset yang kami perlukan adalah untuk tentera darat, untuk OBNT ni pun pertama sekali macam dari segi aset-aset untuk surveillance macam drone dan sebagainya, insyaAllah. Macam sekarang ni aset yang kami ada tu tidak mencukupi untuk kami melaksanakan tugas dengan lebih. Jadi dengan adanya aset contohnya motosikal, contohnya macam SUV atau 4x4 ke, jadi akan memudahkan lagi kami untuk bergerak lebih jauh dan banyak lagi kawasan yang boleh kami kawal.
He told reporters after a courtesy visit Sarawak Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg at Wisma Bapa Malaysia on Friday. He added the Sarawak government has agreed to cooperate in providing the border facilities.
Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak bersetuju untuk membantu kami dalam menentukan benda ini, dan perkara ini insyaAllah saya rasa apabila dapat ini jadi mudah. Kita nak kawal seluruh kawasan ada 1000 km lebih, tak mampu. Tapi kita, pasal itu saya kata campur dengan aset, kita perlu susun dengan strategi kami, dan insyaAllah saya rasa pengekangan keselamatan di kawasan sepadan boleh kita berikan.
Meanwhile, the purpose of the courtesy visit is to introduce himself to the Chief Minister. For the record, he started performing his duties on November 20, replacing former Lieutenant General Datuk Muhammad Zakaria Yadi.
Following the positive COVID-19 cases that involve 7 athletes and an NMSN official on January 5th, its Director General Dato' Ahmad Shapawi Ismail in a statement announced another 5 National Sports Council or MSN officials tested positive for COVID-19 through screening test results.
According to the statement, the 3 MSN officials were infected during the process of handling the athletes' registration on January 5th. Meanwhile, 2 other officials were likely to have got infected from outside. In addition, the workplaces of officials who tested positive will be closed for the sanitization process. Ahmad Shapawi assured that MSN will always give full commitment to compliance with all SOPs set so that there are no other infections among its official and personnel, including national athletes.
The General Operations Force, or GOF Sarawak Brigade, seized 300 metric tons of timber and various machinery estimated to be worth 556,990 ringgit in Kanawit until Cebu.
The raiding team also seized 3 excavators, a generator set and a water pump. GOF Commander Senior Assistant Commissioner Mancha Atta today said 2 local men were detained in the raid to assist investigation. He said the case had been handed over to the Sarawak Forest Department Cebu Regional Office for further action.
Following the next news, after 7 days of search and rescue operation was carried out, the Maritime Rescue Sub-Centre, or MRSC Kuching, has terminated the operation to locate Muhammad Ainul Median, who was missing since December 31 on Friday.
According to Acting Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency Bintu Luzon Director Commander Maritime Effendi Muhammad Fadil, the operation was carried out on Thursday, comprising an area of 168 nautical miles of coastal areas, namely Setuan Kecil and Kuala Sungai Serupai. At the same time, Effendi expresses his gratitude to the whole team involved in the week-long operation, including the local residents.
A security bureau will be formed to help enlighten Longhouse residents on fire prevention. Now, the importance of the bureau would be able to mitigate the risk which could involve the community.
According to Pelagos Member of Parliament Wilson Nyabong Ijang, the Security Bureau plays an important role in ensuring a guaranteed security level of the residents in the longhouses.
Keselamatan api ke mana-mana. Lah ke maya sida tu merek drill atau kengajar. Begini ko madam kapi kita milih. Urino yang atau orang laki makan apa urino turun pilih. Bisa kita agak perkulian bila asuh sida ya. Demi nanti merek nanti yang rumah nanti mungkin kuna nemu yang merek madam api lah kita ini nemu nak madam apinya.
The Security Bureau includes providing training and firefighting apparatus among the Longhouse community. At the same time, the people are encouraged to set up their respective area development committees.
Aman yang jadi pengurusi di kereta yang mesti jadi ketua biro tanah yang nemu tanah ni antara tiap-tiap rumah sudah ya. Jadi kita itu sepiat tu, no sepiatnya banyak tadi tanah tu sepiatnya bisa betul. Jadi sepiatnya sudah approve development area. Kita semina ngadu ke antara tanah-tanah kita sendiri. Jadi setiap terdau kita minta tanah kita disukat area.
He said so during the meet the people session organized by Baleh Member of Parliament at Rumah Bangkong at sebelah Mujong River Village in Kapit.
Thank you for staying with me. Now, Malaysia recorded 2,643 new positive cases today, bringing the cumulative total of COVID-19 positive cases in the country to 31,800 cases.
Selangor recorded the highest daily number of fresh COVID-19 cases at 1,086. Among the total number of cases, 904 cases were from active clusters and COVID-19 contact cases, followed by Sabah, 401 cases, and Johor, 298 cases. Sarawak recorded 16 new positive COVID-19 cases today. This brings the new cumulative total of positive COVID-19 cases to 1,196. Kuching is now a COVID-19 orange zone again after 10 new local infection cases were reported in the district today. Meanwhile, Samarahan's district status changed from green to yellow zone after one new local infection was recorded today.
Meanwhile, Bursa Malaysia Berhad announced today 2 of its staff have been tested positive for COVID-19. The affected Bursa staff are currently undergoing isolation through home quarantine. Bursa said the exchange operator has carried out contact tracing and established the movements of the infected staff members and as an immediate response. Bursa staff who have had close contact with the affected staff members will be sent for testing and work from home until their test results come back negative. Deep cleansing and sanitation work is currently being carried out to protect the health and well-being of the employees. The company said there will be no disruption to the critical and support functions as its business continuity management plan will ensure smooth running of operations. Following the next news, all teachers for Peninsula Malaysia, Sabah and Labuan must undergo mandatory quarantine at designated quarantine centres upon entering Sarawak on Thursday. According to the State Disaster Management Chairman, Douglas Uga Embas, the teachers must also undergo swab tests on the 2nd and 8th days of their quarantine before they are allowed to return to their respective schools.
Speaking at a news conference regarding the COVID-19 situation, Uga said 2 screening tests would be conducted specifically upon their arrival and 2 days before the end of their quarantine period, before they would be discharged from the quarantine centres.
Keputusan Jawatankuasa Pengurusan Bencana hari ini bagi kemasukan semua guru ke Sarawak daripada Semenanjung, Sabah Labuan, mereka akan menjalani kuarantin di pusat kuarantin yang ditetapkan selama 10 hari. Ujian RT-PCR akan diambil pada hari kedua dan hari ke-8 dan dibenarkan discharge pada hari ke-10 setelah keputusan ujian negatif. Mereka akan menyambung 4 hari bagi kuarantin di rumah. Manakala bagi guru yang melapor diri di kawasan pedalaman, mereka akan menjalani kuarantin wajib 14 hari di pusat kuarantin.
Meanwhile, he said there is one more new cluster detected today, which is the Kranji Tabuan cluster, bringing the total number of cases to 1,180.
On to the next update, as Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the conditional registration for the COVID-19 vaccine produced by Pfizer company has been approved for use in Malaysia. Through Dr. Noor Hisham official Twitter and Facebook posts, the matter was approved by the 352nd Malaysia Drug Control Authority or PBKD meeting, which was convened today. He added that the company still needs to submit some important data within the allotted time before it is allowed to be used. Earlier, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation Khairi Jamaluddin, through his official Twitter, expressed his congratulations to the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency or NPRA on the decision for conditional registration for the COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer. Now, Serwa Energy Berhad wins Corporate Social Responsibility or CSR last December through the Renewable Solar Energy Project. Now, the project successfully supplied 31 households of Rumah Bada and Naga Talong at Batang since 2019.
In a media release, Rumah Bada, located 40 kilometers away from the Batang jetty, is only reachable by a 5-hour boat ride. The award highlights the efforts made by Serwa Energy in providing electricity supply innovatively to remote communities in Sarawak. The 1.45 million ringgit project commenced in June 2018 and was completed in May 2019.
On to some local sports update, as former Sarawak FA player Lucas Kalang's appointment as the Sabah FC head coach is in doubt, although he was appointed on November last year. However, recently he was not listed in Sabah FC squad.
Status saya sekarang ni, apabila CEO yang melantik saya dulu sudah resign, saya pun ikut serta juga. Tetapi saya masih mau berpandu dengan kontrak yang telah sign awal tadi.
Lucas revealed that the new management owned by the Sabah Football Association now has its own line of officers and does not involve any individuals from the old management. Lucas, however, is still optimistic with the provision of experience with a Pro A license and expertise in the competition and sports.
Kita mesti mau ada wawasan, kita tahu apa yang terbaik, yang tidak terbaik. Mungkin bukan rezeki kata kita.
Dato' Verden Bahanda, who resigned his position as CEO in the past following the acting president of the Sabah Football Association, Dato' Sri Bung Mokhtar, decided to announce the restructuring in the Sabah FC team.
And that concludes TVS Nightline for tonight. As always, thank you for tuning in tonight. Here with me, Shal Shamina, and I'll see you next time. Have a good weekend.